What is going on, guys? Brad here from Pickdawgz.com, and I got a pick in this Cincinnati versus Baylor college basketball game going down on Tuesday, January 7th, 2024, or 2025. Here at Pick Dawgz, we drop the most free pick videos out of anyone, so click that subscribe button, drop a like. It helps us out a lot. If you guys are looking for the picks like the best, the picks like the most, including my $15 pick of the day, go to Pickdawgz.com, click the pre and pick section, or click the link in the description in this video. You will find all my plays there. And for all my big bettors out there, we do offer a VIP one-on-one service. This is for people with larger bankrolls and high rollers, whereas our normal premium picks have something to offer to everyone. So if you are looking for that extra level of service and VIP sounds like something more up your alley, text the number on the screen, and my man Kasi will get right to you. But alrighty, guys, hope everyone is doing well. We got a nice Big 12 battle going down with Cincinnati headed into Baylor to play this Baylor Bears team. Both teams will be looking to bounce back after a tough weekend. So let's break this thing down, man. Last time these teams played was back on March 14th, 2024. These teams actually played twice last season. The first time these teams played on January 13th, 2024, Baylor won that game 62-59. And then on March 14th, Baylor won that game 68-56. So these teams have only played twice in their histories of each program, and Baylor is 2-0 so far. Cincinnati, man, I mean, you start the season off extremely hot, but you drop your two first games of Big 12 play, and they weren't pretty, guys. They come into this one 10-3 straight up, 6-7 ATS. I still think this team is really solid, but like I said, you start your Big 12 play with Kansas State. You're 4-point favorite to that game. You're on the road. Don't get me wrong. It's not an easy place to play, but you lose that game outright. And then your next game on January 4th, you play Arizona, an Arizona team that hasn't been great this season. You're 2.5-point favorites in that one. You lose that one by 5. So I don't know. I still think Cincinnati's really good. When you look at their numbers, they're a really good defensive team. One of the best defensive teams in the country. But, man, those last two games have just been ugly. And now they got an extremely tough test heading into Baylor. So if you're Cincinnati, man, you're hoping that you're entering this Baylor game at least 2-0 in Big 12 play. Or, at least 1-1 in Big 12 play. At best 2-0. But to come into this Baylor game 0-2 through your first two Big 12 games, it's tough. It's tough because Baylor's going to look to revenge a loss too. Baylor just played Iowa State on Saturday, one of the toughest places to play in the country. They were 8-point dogs in that game, a loss by 19. We were on Iowa State. I laid that big number with Iowa State. Iowa State at home is just, they're unfadable, guys. But the game before that, they played Utah and won that game 81-56. And I will say, Baylor, a great home team, they've been suspect on the road. All their losses have came on the road this season. They're 7-0 straight up at home, 0-3 on the road this season. And when we look at their losses, you lose at Iowa State, at UConn, at Tennessee. And then they had that game, first game of the season, they played Gonzaga. And it wasn't a true road game, but I think the game was in Washington. So it was basically a Gonzaga home game. So now Baylor gets to come back home, and I'm going to take Baylor, guys. I'm going to take Baylor. Like I said, I'm going to give the edge on the defensive side to Cincinnati, but I think Baylor's offense is going to be too much. I think at some point in this game, they will create some separation and be able to cover this spread. Cincinnati, I think this team is really good. I think they will get their season back together at some point. I just don't think it's going to be against Baylor at Baylor. So I'm going to lay this number with Baylor. I appreciate you guys watching this. Drop a like. Drop in the comments you guys are taking in this one. You can follow me on Instagram at BradWinsBets if you want to follow my handicap career more closely. But most importantly, subscribe to Pick Dawgz on YouTube because we're just trying to help you guys win some money. I'm going to catch you on the next one.